What up, everybody? What's up, guys? Oh, I'm Pipeline Podcast in the house. What up? Pipeline Podcast. It's been a while. Hope all is well. Yeah, we switched the time. My schedule's been crazy, so we switched the time to 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time most of the week. But on Thursdays, we're doing 12:30, 12:45. So 12 o'clock hour. There's too much happening in life to like pick a spot. Right? So, yeah, that's how it goes. So, welcome back, everybody. What's up? My name is Roman, and I am your beginner-friendly guide to saving in Bitcoin. And today, Bitcoin is down about 20% from the all-time high. And people are freaking out. I got a perfect example of the messages I'm getting here from Pipeline Podcast. Do you think we'll stop below 100K this time? I love it, though. Cheap sats. That's true. It's a good attitude to have. I honestly don't know how far down it's gonna go, but like my plan still hasn't changed, right? I know maybe I'm just like a bonehead knucklehead, but even with this price action, nothing has changed in terms of how Bitcoin works, and nothing has changed as far as how the money continues to expand. So the thesis still holds. The reasons why Bitcoin has gone up in value in the past are all still in place. I think this is a temporary dip. And again, this is not financial advice. It's just my opinion, based on I can't even tell you some facts. You know, I can just tell you that the reason Bitcoin goes up in value is because the money that's chasing after it, the dollars that are chasing after that limited Bitcoin, are becoming more and more abundant. And so you need more of them to buy the same amount of Bitcoin. So if that continues, and it seems that it will, this is just a temporary dip. So like all the things that we say here that are like temporary, we say temporary dips are gifts, and that's the sorry guys, something happening here. There we go. I think my son's using my Spotify account, so he changed the music on me. But anyway, yeah, I think it still continues. The thesis still continues. The same mechanisms, the same situation that caused Bitcoin to gain value in the first place, which is the debasement of the dollar, continues. So yes, there is of course people getting out of Bitcoin and selling and pushing the price down. But as far as I'm concerned, to me it means cheaper Bitcoin, right? To me it means I can go back in time and buy Bitcoin when Bitcoin was at what? It's $108,000. It dropped down as low as $104,000. So, and right now it's at $106,000. So let's see. $106,000. Okay, 104,000. The first time we hit $104,000 was on January 22nd, 2025. So towards the beginning of the year. So if you feel like you missed Bitcoin, you can get basically January 22nd prices today, right? And I think it's a good place to start if you've been on the fence about it, and you're like, man, I want to get into Bitcoin, but I think it's gonna go down. I'm expecting a dip. This is a dip right here. This is like a significant dip, I think. We'll see if Hard Hodl would consider this a dip. Oh, what up, Carl Black in the house? What up, Carl? Good to see you in here. Yeah, it's a significant dip, right? But remember, this dip doesn't affect how much Bitcoin you're holding, and so as long as you keep holding onto your Bitcoin, it should come back up, and you'll be back in the green in no time if you are in the red, right? For us here on the show, we've been at this for at least 2.5 years or so, about two years and a quarter, and so we are definitely still in the green, but we're down from where we were a couple weeks ago, right? But still, it's not that bad. All right, let's jump into the first segment of the show officially and go over the Bitcoin strength. Let's see. All righty, let me adjust my screen here. Today, the price of Bitcoin is $106,843.64. You can buy 935 Satoshis for a single dollar. Wow, that's a good deal, right? We're getting down to like, what, 700 Satoshis per dollar? Now we got 935 Satoshis per dollar, so it's a good time to buy, guys. Again, not financial advice. I'm just saying that, like, you're buying at prices from the beginning of the year at this point, right? And, yeah, it's pretty wild. So, 936 Satoshis for a single dollar. Also, for a single penny, you're getting almost 10 Satoshis. Again, 9.36 Satoshis for a single dollar. What the heck is a Satoshi? A Satoshi is a fraction of a Bitcoin. Just like a dollar is made up of 100 cents, a Bitcoin is made up of 100 million Satoshis. So when you see the price of Bitcoin at $106,000, you don't have to buy a whole Bitcoin all at once. You can buy it in little increments, and those little increments are called Satoshis. You can stack as many as you want. And as soon as you start saving any kind of value into Bitcoin, that value takes on the properties of inflation resistance that Bitcoin has. You don't have to have all Bitcoin to enjoy the benefits of owning some Bitcoin. You don't save up to buy Bitcoin, you save in Bitcoin. And that is the Bitcoin strength. Let's go. All right, that was pretty smooth. It's pretty smooth right there. Cheers. All right. Officially, we are at a new all-time high today, guys. Not a Bitcoin all-time high, but definitely a subscriber all-time high. The channel is at 399 subscribers. Refresh it. Maybe it went down. 399 subscribers today. So if you're new to the show, hit subscribe, be that 400 subscriber, and support the show on our mission to share the virtues of Bitcoin, the savings power of Bitcoins to help people get out of debt and live a better life, freedom, and also on the mission to get to one whole Bitcoin. We're almost at a Bitcoin, guys. We're at 0.88, I think, Bitcoin, or 0.8 something. We'll check right now during the stack recap. But yeah, let's do the why we stack real quick, and then we'll do the stack recap. So let's do that. Here we go. Why we stack, for the beginners out there trying to figure out why we save in Bitcoin. We save in Bitcoin because that's the only way to retain or increase the purchasing power of your money at a faster rate than the rate of inflation. If you're saving, if you're invested in any other investment, I'm talking about real estate, I'm talking about stocks, bonds, all that stuff. If you're not getting at least 10 to 11% returns on your investment, then you are not getting richer. You are getting poorer, slower, right? You're doing better off than the guy saving in dollars, but you're not doing better against inflation, because as as the amount of money goes up, as the supply of dollars increases, each dollar represents less of that value. So if you're saving in dollars, as the inflation increases, you lose purchasing power. Okay. If you have an investment that's making 10% to 11% gains year over year, then you're actually treading water. Yes, you are making more dollars, 10% more dollars, but the supply of dollars also grew 10%, so you're still basically holding your position. You're still holding space. You're not getting wealthier. You're just not getting poorer, right? When we look at the performance of Bitcoin, about 50% year over year minimum, then you're definitely beating inflation. And it's easy to do. You don't need to invest. You don't need to put a down payment of 2 or 3% or 10% on a house or whatever, right? All you gotta do is buy some Bitcoin, take that Bitcoin into self-custody, and you're good to go. Bitcoin will start working for you. Now inflation, instead of working against you and taking purchasing power from you, it increases your purchasing power because when you took the value that you set aside and put it into Bitcoin, that value is increased, or it's accumulating wealth against the depreciating dollar. So as the purchasing power of the dollar goes down, you need more and more of those dollars to buy the same amount of Bitcoin that you already have. So if you spend $100 on Bitcoin today, and maybe in about a year or so, you might have to pay $150 for that same amount of Bitcoin, right? In 2 years, you might have to pay $200 for the $100 worth of Bitcoin that you could have bought today, right? And slow and steady, as you continue to build your stack, the more you save, the more Bitcoin you save, the more you stack, the sooner you'll be able to retire in a much better position, or not even retire, just call it a freedom date, right? Because say you want to stop working when you get to 30 years old if you're younger than 30. Say you want to stop working when you're 40 years old if you're younger than 40, right? Bitcoin is the way to do it, right? Bitcoin pushes you towards your saving goal. It helps you get there sooner, your freedom date, while the dollar pulls you away from your saving goals. It pushes those targets out because as you're saving, you're losing purchasing power in dollars. Okay, so why do we save in Bitcoin? We save in Bitcoin because saving in Bitcoin is like traveling back in time and giving yourself a perpetually increasing retroactive raise for the hours you've already worked for as long as you hold a Bitcoin that represents those hours. That's why we stack, ladies and gentlemen. That's why we stack. All right. That's pretty good. Let me catch up on these chats. Philly Gearhead, what's up? Shout out to Philly Gearhead in the house. What up, dude? Welcome to the show. Pipeline Podcast says, I found a good savings challenge. It's called Dice Savings Challenge. You roll however many six-sided dice, and whether it's two numbers it lands on, that's how much you DCA. Two ones, invest $2. 2 sixes, invest $12. That's cool. I like that. I like that. To gamify it, to change it up, make it funky. That's cool. Yeah, we've been stacking about $20 a day every weekday. Sometimes 40, sometimes 6, sometimes 80. Right? Let's look at what the status is today of our stack, guys. And I mean, it's easy to tell people to save in Bitcoin and just like tell them to do it, right? And explain how it works, I guess. But it's difficult to actually do it, right? So we are showing here on the show that we don't only talk the talk. We walk the walk. And here we go. Let me show you guys. Let's do this. Let's jump into the stack recap, because we don't only talk about stacking Bitcoin here Monday through Friday, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 3 p.m. Eastern. We actually do it every weekday. Monday through Friday, we're saving at least $20 worth of Bitcoin. And let me show you what we've been doing so far in 2025. In 2025, we've set aside $5,740 via our DCA here on the show. Sometimes buying $20, $40, $80. On days when the price of Bitcoin is above our average buy price, like it is today, we buy $20 worth. If the price of Bitcoin drops below our average buy price, we buy $40 worth. And if it drops below the lowest we've seen for the year, in this case, $76,000, we buy a quadruple stack. We buy $80 worth of Bitcoin. Okay, but today the price of Bitcoin is above our average buy price, so today we're gonna buy $20. Okay, but let me finish showing you. In 2025, yeah, we're down hard, right? Bitcoin's down 20%. But even with this big drop that we had this week, we're still ahead about 8.7% on our holdings for just this year. Okay. For our holdings from 2024, we saved up $7,345, and that's currently worth $13,000. And we're still up about 77%, 78%. We'll just call it 78%, right? We're up still. So the longer you hold Bitcoin, the more you save in Bitcoin, and the longer you have it, the less likely you are to be afraid of a dip like today, right? Even if you dropped another 20% right now, we'd still be in the green for last year's stack. And this year's stack maybe would go down to -8 or something, -6. But I would still be okay with that because I realized that that's cheap sats. So we're buying cheap sats and maybe even be able to lower our overall average buy entry for the year, right? So it's pretty good. Also, we track every single purchase we've done here on the show, along with other things we've done to accumulate that one Bitcoin. And here we are at the level of for the DCAs we've done during the show, all the purchases we've done during the show live. We've set aside $16,569 into Bitcoin, and that's grown to about $30,000 for a gain of about 85%. On top of that, we've done other things to grow our stack, our strategic Bitcoin reserve of the show, including selling stuff out of my garage that I don't use, donations from watchers like you, from viewers like you, from the Stackers community. We've done 100-day savings challenges. We've done 2 of them so far. Here's the savings from that. The 21 Moto challenge, which is like riding my motorcycle instead of driving my truck and stacking the difference in gas savings. Side hustles that I do to generate extra revenue, and that gets added to our stack here as well. I even took out a $50,000 loan and got us 0.437 Bitcoin, and that skyrocketed us closer to the 1 Bitcoin goal, because saving $20 a day for 5 days a week wasn't going to be enough to get us to 1 Bitcoin. So we had to take the plunge. We had to buy a Bitcoin with a loan, and then we locked in that $113,000 price, right? Well, even now on the loan, we're down, right? But it doesn't matter. As long as we are able to and continue to service the loan, we are good. We're stable, so we can survive through the dip. Okay. Let's see what else we have here. We also made some revenue from the show. I've put together a spreadsheet similar to the one you're watching now on the screen, but it's set up without this piece. So you guys can track your own statistics. You guys can track your own Bitcoin purchases yourself. And with the use of that spreadsheet, it lets you... Is it this one? Let me see. I'm trying to find it. Yeah, it's this one. Here's a sample of the sheet. Here's the Bitcoin tracking sheet. It costs $17. And every time I sell one, I actually include it in our sales revenue for the show, which also goes towards getting us to 1 whole Bitcoin. Slow and steady, guys. We're making it happen, right? All right. Oh, what up? Hard Huddle in the house. What up? Let's go. Let me open my screen a little bit more because it looks like I'm missing chat. There we go. Now I can read chat and also see the chart. Okay, so there it is. We're continuing to make our way towards 1 Bitcoin. And look at this. With this dip, we were like $15,000 away from 1 whole Bitcoin, and now we're $13,000 away from 1 whole Bitcoin. Man, I wish I could figure out a way to just get like another $13,000 loan and just get the Bitcoin, get to the 1 whole Bitcoin. The frustration. I'm gonna go after this episode is over. I'm gonna go see what I can sell for like. I don't even care if I have to. Oh, dude, Hard Huddle. I think you're right, dude. I'll sell the freaking Grom. Hard Huddle. I'm gonna list it, dude. I'm gonna list it. I have fishing equipment I can sell. I have a bunch of camera equipment that I need to list. I just been lazy. So I'm gonna use this as a motivating force to list my all my old Canon gear, all my old Canon lenses. Those hold their value pretty well. Even if I sell them for half of what I paid for them, I got use out of them, and they're just sitting there taking up space. So I need to do that. So all right, I'm telling you guys right now. I'm telling you guys live, looking you square in the eye. Today I'm gonna list my lenses, my photography lenses. and see how many funds I can recruit to buy this dip, because god dang, it's a good buying opportunity. I need to do that. All right, let's go. That's a plan. And we'll add it to our reclaimed Bitcoin spreadsheet. We'll add it to this one. Okay, I think it's right here. Let's see. Where is it? Oh yeah, this one. I'll add it here to our reclaimed Bitcoin. Oh, I sold the graphics card for $220 at $109 Bitcoin. 13K will become a small compared to BT. I know. It's like, it was so discouraging seeing seeing how much Bitcoin we need, like $15,000 to get to 1 Bitcoin. It seems harder, but now that it's at 13,000, it's like, oh man, we're so close. Like we're getting so many more sats per dollar. I have to do something. Because who knows how long this dip is going to be down here. And even if it dips and keeps on dipping, the dip that keeps on dipping, I call it the gift that keeps on giving. Because as long as you're able to find some liquidity, you can. Oh, I just realized something, guys. I have a side hustle thing that. Oh, okay. No, okay. Oh my god. Okay, I have to do this. I have a side hustle thing that. So, you guys know how I run my own websites, right? I run like my fishing website, like romancaster.com. I run Bitcoiners Closet, where you can buy this sweater and like all my like Stack Against the Machine shirts. And I also run like the Stack Bitcoin Show website, where you can go and get one-on-one consultations with me. Also, you can buy the premium Bitcoin tracking sheet. Anyway, I run the websites, and I was running some websites for a friend of mine that was working at a company, and he's my friend, so I just figured no big deal. I wasn't charging him anything, you know. But he kept having me do things for him, and I was like, hey man, it's kind of getting a little too much. You want to pay me? He's like, sure. Just let me know how much I need to pay you. And like, I just forgot to invoice him. I never invoiced him. So, and he reached out to me like last week about like getting an invoice from me. So I'm slacking, guys. I'm slacking right there. So I'm gonna try to get that money paid, so we can add it to the stack. And then I'm also gonna try to sell these lenses. Okay, that's kind of where I'm going with right now. So let me know in the chat how you plan on making a little extra scratch to stack the dip, baby. That's so crazy. Anyway, we're continuing on with the stack recap. Here we go. That is we're here. Yes. Okay, so currently we are at 0.8778766 Bitcoin. And I haven't added the buys that I did Monday and Friday, I think. Let me see. The 15th. Oh, yeah, yesterday. Okay, so Thursday. I haven't added yesterday's buy, and we're going to do a buy today also. So that's going to be another $40 worth of Bitcoin, so that's good. But let's do today's buy. Okay, here we go. Now that we know how much, $20. Now that we know how much Bitcoin we're going to buy today, there's only one thing left to do. And that is, it's time to stack some sats, baby. All right, let's buy the Bitcoin that we have to buy today for the DCA on the Stack Bitcoin Show, guys. Yeah, we're doing it, guys. We're showing that it's possible. We'll just get the Strike app over here, shoot up. I still hustle on landscaping services to people that we can't physically do it anymore. That's a good hustle, dude. That's a super good hustle. All right, there it is. Buy $20 worth of Bitcoin. Hit next. Cut the music. Start the drum roll, please. There we go. Hit and confirm. Buying $20 worth of Bitcoin right now during the Stack Bitcoin Show. And there it is. Just like that, we got ourselves 18,590 Satoshis. Dang. That's rad. That's a lot of Satoshis right there, guys. Let's put on this line right here. While we go back to the form for 2025 and update the spreadsheet with today's purchase and also yesterday's purchase. I'm gonna do today's purchase now since I have it on the screen. So today is 10/17/25, and the price of Bitcoin we deserve today is Oh my God, $106,831.63 Bitcoin. Damn. I feel like I'm time traveling. Damn. That got us 0.000189 BTC. And let's do yesterday's purchase too. Yesterday's purchase was wait, did we do yesterday's purchase? Oh yeah, I rugged the show again yesterday. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry. Where it is. Yesterday was 11, 14, no, 16. No, 10, 16. What am I thinking? 10, 16, 25. 10, 16, 25. We got ourselves. The price of Bitcoin we deserved yesterday was $108,277.84. Still a really good buy, I think. Really good buy. That got us 0.00018,471 Bitcoin. And it's 18,471 Satoshis. That's not bad at all. It's not bad at all. What percentage drop is that? Overall, send the invoice, Roman. I have a hefty target order of. Ooh, dude, that's good. You know what? That target is gonna be. I think we might hit it, dude. We might hit it. Like, I don't see why. Like, I don't know. I think it'll at least do like a crazy like stop run for that direction. You know. Who knows? But that's at this point, if you'd have told me that last week, I'd be like, I don't know, right? But from now, like what 10%? Well, let's see, what 190 was it 97? Bro, from where we're at right now, let's see, we're at 106, right? That's 97. Yeah, dude, 97K, like straight up 97K even is like a little slightly under a 9% drop, and like Bitcoin will do that, dude, right? So I don't know, you know, like I'm pretty risk averse, I guess you could say. I just buy it now, even if it means that I don't get the buy at 97K. If I had the money, I would just blow it all right now because I'm like that. I just set it up today. I was caught at 104K with a target order. Ooh, nice. Math is hard. I need to talk to Google. Nice. Exactly. All right, cool. So that is done. Let's move these two buys over to this main spreadsheet so we can track them all together and see our final total for today. Here. All the way. I mean, it's still we still have a lot of green here, guys. Lots of green. Some red. It's all right. Alrighty, that is there. Yeah, exactly. Still do your hourly DCA. Perfect. All right, here we go. This is the final total for today after today's purchases. 0.878242127 BTC. And continuing on, we are now officially under $13,000 left to get to 1 BTC, but that'll change here soon once the price comes back up. So I gotta sell those lenses and send that invoice out, guys. This is nuts. Wow. Yeah, that would be awesome. Yeah. So lenses, invoice, and see what else I can do. Try to put together some more stacks here. Jeez, that's such a good deal. At $106,000. Jeez. Wow. Well, that's it, boys. What do you guys think? If you guys have any questions, any comments, put it in the chat. Thank you guys for tuning in, guys. It's I know it's my show is a little bit repetitive, right? But that's kind of the whole point. I want to remain consistent in the stacking, right? Consistently stacking. That's how we win, right? All buying, no selling. And with my mindset, my minimum hold mindset, my minimum hodl mindset is hold every single buy that you make for at least 4 years, right? Now, in the back of my mind, I know that I'm going to hold it for longer than that. But I'm just saying, at a minimum, if you're starting with Bitcoin, you're starting out, try to hold it out. Try to hold out for 4 years. You know, even now, the whole show, our show is not even 4 years old, right? The show, the Stack Bitcoin show, hasn't even made it through a full cycle yet, right? We're about to make it through a full cycle with 2023, 24, 25. Yeah, we're like halfway through. We still got to go through like the bear market, which is next year supposedly, right? If all holds true, if the green red year candle holds up, then next year should be like a pretty down year, right? Down from where we end up at the end of this year, right? So who knows? We might it's crazy. So, but still, once we're at the back end of that year, so the beginning of 2027, that's when we officially complete a full 4-year cycle, right? Survive the full 4-year cycle, and we'll see where our stack is at that point, right? Because the thesis is that you don't sell for at least 4 years. How much would you list the Grom for? I don't know, dude. Probably like in order for it to sell fast, it'd have to be like under $4,000, maybe even $3,000. And even then, there's so many options of Groms out there that are like beat up for $2,000 that like it's almost not worth selling, you know. But I did sell a kayak recently. I have like I said, graphic. I have like the last few graphics. I have graphics cards too. I have graphics cards that I need to get rid of. I think I have like 2 or 3 more graphics cards that I don't know. Even if I sell them for like $300 or $400, it'll still be worth it. And how much discount would you take if they paid? Nice. I like that. That's hilarious. You're asking for a friend, right? That's awesome. Buy the BTC Grom. That'd be sick. That'd be sick. Cool. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is the stack for today. That is the way the stack stacks. Today was a good day. Still buying Bitcoin even at these levels. I will continue to buy it at any level because I know what Bitcoin is. It's the scarcest thing you can own. And the alternative is the debasing dollar, holding your value and debasing money. Any other asset class is not performing better than Bitcoin. So with the least amount of work, and that's what we're going to keep doing. Going to keep buying that Bitcoin, taking custody of that stack ourselves, buying Bitcoin, take custody of the stack, and live your life. Don't spend your life looking at screens trying to track the market and buy in and out and trade. No. Buy Bitcoin, take custody of the Bitcoin, and live your life. All right, boys. I'll see you guys tomorrow for another episode of the Stack Bitcoin Show. But until then, remember, if you ain't stacking, you're slacking. Bye, guys.
You